Unable to keep up with the who, the when, the why, and the how? Fear not, it's Monday, and that means it may be a little late, but this is last week's news. Now, what's up, guys? How you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Glad you stopped by, and if you're brand new, hey, grab a seat and stay a while. But do me a couple favors first. Go down and hit that subscribe button. Then go next door, hit that notification bell. Make sure it says all so you know when the next video pops up. Hit that like button, and before you head out, drop a comment. And if you're one of the regulars here, welcome back for another round. I ask that you also hit that like button, and before you leave, drop a comment. YouTube does love the comments. And of course, share the video out on all the socials. Okay, quick shout out. I was on a stream yesterday with Wookie Be Bad. We talked a variety of topics and lot of fun. I will leave a link to his channel down below. Go on and check him out. Okay. Again, it's Monday. You know why we're here. Quick recap of some of the stories you might have missed in the week that was pop culture. I know a lot of folks are talking about Star Wars Celebration. I'm not going to talk about it on this show. Not any part of the news. If you want the best Star Wars fan channel to get news and information from Star Wars Celebration, go and check my friends Nick and Coach over at Echo Base Network. Link for their channel down below in the description. Okay, but we're going to talk about some stuff that, wow. And starting off with a week ago, with the annual shareholders call from Disney. Oh boy, wow. Oh, this call started, now this call was kind of in a few parts. So you've got, it starts off with this lovely visual of Disney classic characters, stuff throughout the parks, throughout the years, and it's a very nice, welcome, warm image to have. And then we get to the proposals that members of the board have put forward to be voted on. The voting has already been done previously, but they're letting the shareholders know what these proposals were. And then they talk about the business and whatnot of how these votes went down, and then it went into a Q&A with Bob Iger himself. Oh boy. Wow. I'm going to leave links from Valiant Renegade and WDW Pro as they were covering it live. I'm going to leave those down in the description as well, and I'm going to leave a link to something else that I'm going to talk about in just a second here. Now, some of the highlights for me. The first proposal talked about Disney's business relationships with China. Oh my, and that it needs to be put into question. As the proposal said that we should rethink this because the United States government has declared the Communist Party of China an enemy of the United States, and how Disney goes along with their censorships and thanked the province housing a Uyghur Muslim concentration camp for organ harvesting. Yeah, that happened. Oh, that was glorious. And then Iger was blindsided by a few of these questions. He seemed a little off, and then he stepped in it, where an investor directly asked him a question about upcoming legal issues between Disney and the government of the state of Florida over the Reedy Creek Improvement District. And you could hear the frustration in Bob's voice. And in a state of hubris, really said something he shouldn't have when he conflated Reedy Creek, which is supposed to be an independent governing body that oversees the landmass that is the Walt Disney World theme park. It's about the size of Manhattan, and the Walt Disney Company. These are supposed to be separate. Iger decided to conflate these two things. That's a big problem. That's a huge problem. And the mindset. The channel there has a great video that really breaks it down. I'm gonna leave a link to that down below in the description as well. Iger opened Disney to, as was opened up that day, a criminal investigation of former members of the Reedy Creek District and the Walt Disney Company. Damn. Okay. Well, if that wasn't enough hot water, we're going to stick with Disney and some of the fallout from some of these layoffs, especially from Marvel. We've heard what Miss Victoria Alonso had to say. Now we get to hear what former chairman of Marvel Entertainment, Ike Perlmutter, has to say, and he didn't go to the trades. Oh, no. He went to the Wall Street Journal, decided to tell his story. So we're going to read a little excerpt from that article right here, again, from the Wall Street Journal, where Ike Perlmutter says, quote, "I have no doubt that my termination," that's right, folks, he was fired. He wasn't laid off, was fired, "was based on fundamental differences in business between my thinking and Disney leadership, because I care about return on investment," Mr. Perlmutter said. Oh, and it gets better. So we're going to keep reading this here. "Disney executives and Marvel Studios leadership," he said, "have a singular focus on ticket sales. Marvel superhero movies distributed by Disney have grossed more than $23 billion globally, making it one of the most successful franchises in Hollywood history." Quote, "All they talk about is box office, Mr. Perlmutter said. Quote, "I care about the bottom line. I don't care how big the box office is. Only people in Hollywood talk about box office. As I have said numerous times on this channel here, it doesn't matter how much you make at the box office if the film is not profitable. As I've shown, and have recently been confirmed, that every Phase 4 film, except for one, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness from Marvel Studios, turned a profit. That's right. 6 films in Phase 4. 1 turned a profit. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania is the 6th out of 7 Marvel Studios films that will not turn a profit. And you can talk about the box office all you want. Doesn't matter if it's not making the money. Where have you heard that before? Okay, switching over from Marvel to DC, where James Gunn had some stuff to say about his new Superman Legacy film, and stuff about Marvel as well, where someone asked him about what some people are calling superhero fatigue. Now that he had an interesting question, he had an interesting response. We're going to read this from Deadline. They were covering the interview from Rolling Stone. Let's see, we're going to... Okay, Gunn went on to clarify that he doesn't see Marvel and DC as being in competition with one another, even if he is now personally running the latter with Peter Safran. Quote, "To be frank, I think the better Marvel movies do, it's better for DC, and the better DC movies do, it's better for Marvel," end quote, he explained. Quote, "When people see bad movies, they don't want to spend more money on seeing more movies. So you want good movies to happen," end quote. Part of what achieving this comes down to, Gunn seems to suggest, is recognizing that, quote, "there is such a thing," end quote, "as superhero fatigue, even if it actually doesn't have anything to do with superheroes." Quote, "It has to go with the kind of stories that get to be told. And if you lose your eye on the ball, which is character," continued Gunn. "We love Superman. We love Batman. We love Iron Man, because these incredible characters that we have in our hearts. And if it becomes just a bunch of nonsense on screen, it gets really boring. Even I get fatigued by most spectacle films, by the grind of not having an emotionally grounded story. End quote. And what has been some of the biggest complaints about Marvel Studios? It's a bunch of gobbledygook and a bunch of overblown CGI, which takes away from the actual story. You miss him now, don't you, huh? You miss him? You miss him? Butts. Okay, and finally to end this off, some good box office news. And this is good for families. That Super Mario Brothers is projected to finish out the weekend over $377 million. Great job, Universal, and thank you, Nintendo, for making these films, for making this film happen, and Nintendo for stepping in to stop what Illumination wanted to do, which was kind of go the Disney route of inserting the message into this animated story. Well, it seems to have paid off because, as I said, it's going to close out the weekend at over $377 million in 5 days. For context, the last two Disney Pixar films, which had full theatrical runs, Lightyear, with a $200 million budget, brought in a whopping $219 million. Oh, yeah. Strange World brought in less than $70 million. It says that Mario has about a $100 million budget, so half of a Disney film, and in 5 days it beat out Disney's last two combined. Gee, I wonder if it's true. Get woke, go broke. I wonder. But anyway, these are some of the stories you might have missed. I'm going to turn it back over to you. Let me know what you think about what happened in the week that is pop culture. And check me out tonight. I will be over on Legion Talk, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, talking Game of Thrones. We're in season 3. No, we're in season 3, episode 2 of the World of Westeros. And then check me out Tuesday as well over on Tyler the Red Beard for We Rank Stuff. We're going to be ranking what we think are S-tier animated series. Should be a lot of fun. And a quick reminder before you head out, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, hey, thanks for sticking around this long. I appreciate that. And I will see you very soon. Until then, have a great week, folks. Always have fun. Hashtag keep talking. And always keep that smile on your face. Toodles.